We're here at the Grand Canyon, and we've done a lot of little short bits and pieces of film, and we thought maybe we would do a roundup since today is our last day here. Tomorrow we head out, so tonight's our last night. It's day 8. We have been so blessed to be able to be here for as long as we have been. We left Sedona because it was getting too hot out in the desert area where the dispersed camping is. So we thought, okay, we're going to go up to Grand Canyon and we'll just get a site. And we did. We got one night's site. There had been a cancellation. It's really unusual. And then we ended up meeting some neighbors that pulled in across the way, got to talking with them, and before that day was even out, they had invited us to spend the rest of however long we would like in their site that they were going to be moving to that they had reserved. And when the weather got cold, they actually left and just gave us the rest of the site. So we have been able to be here for this long, and it's just awesome the way that worked out.
It's been wonderful.
Yeah.
Really great.
I would have never guessed that I would spend this much time at the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon has never been like on the top of my list of places that I absolutely have to go. I mean, I wanted to see it, yes, because it's like, you know, so famous. It's really well known. It's as a national park. I just never would have guessed that I would fall in love with it as much as I have. And I have. In fact, as we've been hiking the last of the rim trail today, I've actually been a little teary as I stare out at it because I'm going to miss it. But I know I'm carrying it in my heart. It's just, it's like soaked in so much. So, I thought maybe we'd give a few highlights. Yeah?
Absolutely.
Alright, so, Mark, what are a few things that just stand out to you that make the Grand Canyon so special?
Probably the immensity of the whole place. I mean, you know, you hear the word grand, and it's got a lot of different definitions, and you know, sometimes it applies to size and scope, and I don't think anything that you read, that you hear about, even the pictures that you see, whether photographs or paintings or videos, prepare you for what you've got here. So when we got here, we set up the tent and made camp and hightailed it out to another point to get our first glimpse of the canyon. And you know, we just got out there, and the only thing that you can say when you see it is just wow. And
or holy shit.
Yeah, that too. So every day we've come out to the canyon rim. I think every day. Did we do every day?
We missed one day. It was the day we did laundry.
Oh.
And I went through withdrawal.
Yeah. So every day we've come out to the canyon rim at some point, and no matter what we're seeing, it's just wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, what was your highlight?
Well, I can say that I said wow a lot. I said wow, 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 wow. That was kind of a chant along the trail. Highlights. So, I've just learned so much, and I love learning, and I've learned so much about the natural history, the cultural history, the geology. It's a great place to learn, and we saw a school group of kids from one of the local nations, Native nations, that had actually, they get to come here for like a field trip because they're so close. As I told them, I said, like, you're so lucky you got to go to the Grand Canyon for a field trip.
It'd be a pretty cool field trip.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool field trip. So, yeah, so just how much I've been able to learn here, but also just the peace of the place. It just, I can't even describe, like, words, just, yeah, they really don't describe the peace that I feel in this place. Even when I'm standing right on the edge, there is just utter peace. Whereas, like, in some places, you know, if I'm right out on the edge, I've had, like, oh, that's too much exposure. And other places I don't. But this one, I just love it. I mean, I just can sit there and just stare forever. And I think that's one of my favorite things, actually,
Mm-hmm.
is just sitting down and staring out at the canyon, getting to experience the different moods, the weather, which we've had plenty of different moods and weather.
Yes.
And, okay, and then the birds and all the nature geek stuff. So, birds, yeah. Did I mention the birds?
What kind of birds?
The condor. That was a big highlight. And, yeah, I keep hoping he's going to, like, fly in right behind me and everything. And, yeah, wave at the condor if you see him. It would probably be when I'm facing this way, right?
Probably,
Yeah.
most likely.
But we saw him, I think it was only, like, the second day in. Something
Second
like
or
that.
third day.
Yeah. So, yeah, the birds, the nature, the people we've met on the trails and had actually interesting conversations with. Our new friend from Austria, Ines. So I just think there's too many highlights.
Yeah, I mean, how do you pick just one? I mean, we've been here 8 days now and just had the widest range of experiences. We've gone from 80-degree weather where we're hiking in t-shirts and shorts and getting sunburned to waking up to a snowstorm that's dropping inches of snow in the camp. You know, we've seen the night sky, we've seen the valley bottom totally, or the canyon bottom, not valley, totally obscured by clouds. You know, we've listened to natives drum and dance and play their flutes and sing out in front of the Hopi house.
The hoop dance. Oh my gosh, the hoop dance. If you ever get to see a hoop dance, wow.
She kind of likes it.
It was amazing.
And, you know, this place is just so amazing. I mean, I think we can come back again and again and again and still find more pockets, more things that just we didn't know about or we didn't get a chance to experience, or just things that are just going to wow us. You know,
Yeah, see, the words.
Yeah,
thing.
I'm at a loss now too.
Blah, blah, blah. I know. It's like that. I have to say that I've been really impressed with the offerings that the park has had for educational too. We went to a talk the other night, and it was called Ancient Skies, and it ended up being about basically ethnoastronomy in a sense, and it was really cool talk, very well done. The guy that did it works here. He's a ranger here, and yeah, I learned so much. And he mentioned places now that I have to go. So it stirred up an excitement to go and explore more and to learn more about the culture and the history and of this region, just of the whole Southwest region, which we have really become very fond of. And we've barely scratched the surface. And we've barely scratched the surface here at the park. We have not actually gone very far below the rim.
No.
Except for where the rim trail actually goes down below the rim a little bit. I think we walked down the Bright Angel for just a moment to listen to, because we heard music, and there were some people playing classical music on the trail further down, and that's as far as we've gone. So we haven't even gone down into the canyon. So there's just so much more to explore.
The park has so much to offer. I mean, the space is just immense, and we've only had a chance to explore the south rim. The north rim doesn't open for another, 4 or 5 days. But we've been into every one of the lodges, and they're
Each one
beautiful.
is so different.
Every place has got a museum or something devoted to the history of this place. And
the photography exhibit
from
the guys that did the photography here back in the early 1900s. That was really cool too. Those guys were crazy.
Yeah. Certifiably nuts.
Got to see that. Yeah.
But this is a place that you can come back to again and again, and to really get a good handle on it, you need to give it the time. And we're so grateful to our new friends who said, here, please stay, experience this place.
Yeah, they come a lot. and do longer stints, and that is really the way to experience this place. So many people drive up and they take a picture and they drive away, and I'm glad they get to see it, but it really seeps into your heart.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it has.
Yeah.
And we could probably wax poetic forever. Yeah. So, yeah. Let's see. How many thumbs up for the Grand Canyon? If I had more thumbs,
Do my big
they
toes
would be
count?
big toes. Big toes. Yeah. So, all right. So we just thought we would do a roundup of our thoughts as best we could. She's beautiful. See her if you can. Spend some time. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Venture on.
Thanks, Raven. So this is part of the Rim Trail, and I'm going to show you. This is called the Abyss. It drops 3,000 feet down till it gradualizes out a little bit there and then keeps dropping down to the river.